it's me, Irayo, and as always, I'm very grateful to see today, and if you are too, then ashe, ashe. Alright, let's get into today's video. This is actually going to be my first official YouTube video. I've posted some reels and stuff on my channel, but this is my first actual YouTube video, so I'm very excited. And if you clicked on this video, thank you so much, and do not forget to subscribe. Since this is my first video, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about me. I'm an aspiring tattoo artist, makeup artist, and also a dancer. So this channel will definitely be everything that my little creative heart desires. But today's video is definitely going to be a makeup video. I definitely wanted to get this channel started off with that because I love makeup, and I just got a bunch of new makeup, including this awesome new makeup case that I'm about to show you guys real quick. Inserting clip here. Yeah, so this is my new makeup case. It's on wheels, but it's a little hard to roll because I have carpet. But yeah. So without further ado, let's get things started. Don't mind the hair. I know it's a little crazy, a little messy right now. This is like day 3. You know, my curly girls know. But I'm gonna just clip this back and out the way. After I finish like the complete makeup look, I might I don't know, I might do something with my hair, who knows. But other than that, I believe from this point out, I probably will just be showing you guys the products and then voice over everything that I'm doing, so I don't have to talk the whole time. Because if you haven't heard, your girl's pregnant and she'd be out of breath half the time for no fucking reason. But yeah. And also, if I'm not looking like directly at the camera, it's because I do have a mirror right in front of me that I'm going to be doing my makeup with, or I might even hold it up. I haven't decided yet. We're just kind of going with the flow. Yeah. Alrighty, let's get started straight into this video. I will be going in with the micellar water right away to get any extra oils and things like that off of my face. My face is clean, but I like to do this just to ensure that my skin is not too oily to put makeup on. So yeah, and then after this, I'm going in with the Fix Plus from MAC, and I'm going to use this pretty much in between every step that I do. And then I also go in with the Fix Plus 24 Stay at the end, but I forgot to show that. Next is going to be this NYX HD eyeshadow primer. And I'm just going to be showing one eye when I do everything. But yeah, basically I just put that on my lid and then I use my finger to blend it out. This is just easier. It's really sticky, so if I use a brush, it like makes my brushes like super gross and I don't like it. So yeah. And then you see I have it on my other eye. But then going straight into the next step with this Il Makiage palette, if that's how you say it. I forgot to put what name of this palette is, but I'm going in with that light shade there, and I'm gonna just be using this as like my transition shade, putting that all over the base of my eyelid up to my eyebrow. That way everything kind of blends seamlessly, especially with using that eyeshadow primer. It's super sticky and super strong even after it dries, so you'll see in this video I'd be having to blend for my life. But yeah, so then after this too, again just going in on both sides. Next I'm going to be going in with my Nikita Dragon palette from Morphe. I love this palette. I know it was a bit of controversy when it first came out, but I fucking love it. I'm going in with that dark shade there. And I'm gonna be focusing this color like on the outer part of my lid into the crease a little bit, not going up to the eyebrow with this one, and then not going all the way into the inner corner because we want to maintain the integrity of that kind of lightness in the inner corner. So yeah, and then obviously everything, again, I'm gonna stop saying this eventually, but everything I do on one side, you're gonna do on the other side. You will see me go in a few times, putting in more pigment onto that lid. I just kind of want to get a good base color when it comes to that color there, because from here on out we're just going to be slightly darkening the crease areas, and so I want to make sure that I get the desired brown. All these eyeshadows that I'm using, they do blend super beautifully and are super creamy, and I love them. However, the eyeshadow primer that I'm using, again, it's too sticky. I'm not that much of a fan of it, but it's the only one that I have right now, so I'd rather my eyeshadow stay on than not. But yeah. Here I am just blending away, making sure everything is super smooth and there's no like patchy areas. Next, I'm going in with that same palette, just the darker shade in this, and now I'm going to be focusing this on just the like corner crease area, and then blending that out super well. That will definitely be a trend throughout this whole video. One thing about me, I love to blend. If it's not blended, then it's not right in my opinion. So yeah. Also, I wanted to know I didn't speed up any parts of this video if I'm showing you how I'm applying something, so that way you can see how I do it, because I'm not necessarily good at explaining exactly the techniques I use. I'm mostly self-taught, so I wanted to make sure I included every part for my visual learners. Oh my gosh, I was sitting on my feet and my feet fucking fell asleep, and now they are tingling so bad. I had to readjust my sitting position. Now I'm going in with another Morphe palette. I forget the name of this one, but it's the gold one, I guess. I'm gonna just call it the gold one. And I'm going in with that lightest shade on just the inner corner. Now you see that these palettes, they pick up a lot of pigment. So instead of just putting all that pigment on one area, if I have too much, I'm just dabbing it off with my finger. I'm not dipping this brush back in because I don't have another blending brush, so I'm using the same brush to blend. Then going in with that dark shade in this palette, I'm going to be putting that on the outermost of my eye, just kind of darkening up that area. And again, using the same technique of just dabbing any excess pigment that I don't want with my finger before blending, so I don't have that much work to do when I'm blending. Going back in with my micellar water, I'm just using a small piece of paper towel and then wiping off any of the downpour from my blending to make a nice straight kind of line. And again, you can see I'm struggling with this. It's not a clean wipe because of that eyeshadow primer. It is so sticky, like so sticky. Next, I'm going back in with my setting spray just to set the eyeshadow and then also get a nice base before I do the foundation. And I'm going in with my Studio Fix from MAC. My shade is the NC37 and I love this foundation very much. This is I believe the like matte one. And I'm just going in with my beauty blender to blend this out and apply it all over to my face. Now I don't go directly under my eye because obviously we're going to do concealer, but I definitely dab a lot in this process, just making sure that my foundation is nice and even. I don't have any missed spots, there's nothing patchy, and I definitely don't bother like going back in and wiping off any makeup from my face tattoos just because I don't care that much. I've had my face tattoos since I was like 19, so I'm okay if they're covered sometimes. I don't wear makeup every day. Next, I'm going in with my 24-hour concealer from MAC, and I am a NC30 in my concealer shade at MAC. But I'm just applying this in a small triangle under my eye and then on the outer corner of my eye. And then same thing on the other side. I am going to go around my nose a little bit. I do have a big nose, so that part I seem to always miss and need a bit extra when it comes to coverage. For whatever reason, sometimes my beauty blender just doesn't like to get that crease out. I always make sure to go in with concealer there. And then just on the other high parts of my face, I'm placing that concealer as well, giving myself kind of a natural highlight. I do let the concealer dry a little bit before I go in and blend. Yes, more blending. I love it. And if you can't tell, I am being slightly careful around my eye area, trying to maintain that straight edge that we have going for the eyeshadow. Now we will be going back in and kind of cleaning that up. So if you do kind of make a mistake there, it's not that big of a deal, but you know, less work is always better. So I do try to be a little careful, but just going around and blending all of those spots. Next, I will be going in with my Airspun Loose Face Powder. Now, this is in the shade Translucent, but it's definitely not completely translucent. So I only put it on the areas that I just placed my concealer, and I'm not swiping it, I'm dabbing it in, and then we're gonna let the excess powder sit. But again, this step, it's very crucial that you just get it on the areas that you have your concealer, unless you are going to be using a powder bronzer. I'm going to be using a cream, so I don't want, oh, and there it is. I don't want any of that powder to interfere with how I can blend my bronzer shade. Now, I forgot to put the name of this product in, and honestly, it's wiped off of the thing. So just know I got it in an Ipsy box a while ago, and I do like it. I do like it a lot. I love the shade and the color. Some may say it's a little too deep or dark for my complexion, but I have very bold facial features already, so I kind of like to exaggerate the contrasts in my natural face. And this step, you are going to see me blend a lot, especially because, again, I did mention that some may say this shade is too dark for me, but if you blend the right way, it works beautifully. So that's why blending is so important. Also, when you're doing any type of contour shade at all, make sure you are hitting the sides of your neck so there isn't any unnatural breaks in the colors on your face and everything looks blended For the forehead, you're going to make sure to just blend upward into the hairline. You don't want to drag that shade too far down on your forehead, especially if, again, you're using a darker shade like I am. And if you do go too far or you don't like how it's blending, just take your beauty blender and dab, 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 and voila. Next, I'm just going to be using my same brush that I was using for the other contour to kind of contour my nose. And for my nose, since I just kind of have a bulbous tip and a narrow bridge, I just focus on the ends to narrow in that end. Next, I'm going to be taking the same brush I used for that setting powder and just brushing off any excess powder that was left on. This step is very important, so make sure you don't skip it. I'm going to be going into eyebrows next, so I just spoolie before I start to fill in. Now, I didn't share this product either because I'm gonna be honest, it was just from like CVS or something, and I've had it for a while. I have to be very careful. This product especially is very pigmented, and just a little dab picks up a lot of product and you can go very wrong very, very fast. So I don't want to give you a product name that I'm not necessarily in love with, and I'm just doing what I can right now because it's the only thing I have for my eyebrows at this moment. But yeah. And as you can tell, I'm starting off very light and building with this product, trying to get that natural fanned out look without having to go back in and lighten any areas. After you do your other eyebrow, you're going to go back in with that same concealer that you were using before. Mine, again, is the MAC 24-Hour Concealer in the shade NC30. And I'm just going to clean up the brows. Now, this step is definitely important if you want a super clean look and you are using a brow powder, because it's very difficult to apply that extremely precisely and 100% neatly, especially if you were using a thicker angled brush like I was. It wasn't necessarily the most precise, so. And I'm just taking the slightest bit of concealer at a time, so that way I don't undo any of the beautiful eyeshadow work that we have going on the lid, and that brow just has a subtle highlight underneath. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Heaven Angel Face setting powder. Now, I'm going in with this one instead of the other one for a second time because this setting powder definitely has more of a pore blurring effect than the other one does. And I absolutely love how this setting powder sits on my face. And then again, going in with that Fix Plus and just setting everything before I do blush. And do you know I'm done with the step when I do a little dance? Going back in with that Gold Morphe palette in that darkest shade, I'm just going to be going over that line and where it meets my lower lash line, slightly dragging it underneath onto that lower lash line. We're not doing too much there. We're gonna blend it out, but I definitely don't want to do too dark underneath the lash line because we are doing a bolder lip, so I want to make sure it doesn't take away from the lip. Next, I'm going in with my Warrior 2 palette, and this palette definitely is very well loved for me, but I primarily only use those two shades that you see there for blush. And I'm going in with the orange shade for this look and just applying it to the area I normally apply blush. Now, how I apply blush definitely works for my face shape, but you want to apply your blush in a way that suits your face shape. And I just make sure to blend my blush into my contour so everything is nice and seamless, and making sure to drag it down enough so everything flows nicely with my face shape. And then I also go in on the bridge of my nose, on my chin, and the high part of my forehead to just add a bit of color in those areas as well. Next, another well-loved palette of mine is this Il Macage palette, and I think it's called High Point. And then we're just going in with that one highlighter shade at the end, and I do apply this with my fingers. I've always applied my own highlighter with my fingers. Don't come for me. I will keep applying my own highlighter with my fingers. But yeah, so just on the Cupid's bow, the nose, and then the corners of my eyes, and then the high parts of my cheekbones is where we're going to apply that highlighter. Okay, for the sake of this video and my sanity, I'm just going to pick up this mirror and do my eyeliner. So if the angles are all off and you can't see, my apologies, but there's... Maybe I'll just grab a small palette mirror. The eyeliner I'm using is this Kat Von D tattoo liner. I love this stuff so much. But yeah, I definitely did not do a good job of making sure what I was doing was caught or seen by the camera because I was trying to use that mirror. So unfortunately, you're just gonna have to see the end product. And then I'm also taking this Nabla Cupid's Arrow smudge liner. Now this also is some of my favorite stuff, and I'm going on the bottom part of my lash line, not dragging it all the way to my corner, and then lining my upper waterline as well. And I go and finish the other eye off camera. I'm back. Is my eyeliner even? You tell me if it wasn't right. Okay, enough, girl. Now we're going in with the MAC Stack mascara. It took me a while to get this in focus, but it's pretty much just black, so. And again, I did not record the whole process of me putting on this mascara because a lot of parts were just not a good angle, but I'm doing both the upper and lower. Now, I'm definitely not a falsies girl. I only wear mascara, so that is the only lash product that you will see me use. And for the sake of time, because my recording device is going to die, I'm going to just quickly do my lip combo off camera, and then I will come back and show you the final look. For lip liner, I'm using my MAC lip pencil in the shade Chestnut, and I actually have two of these because I guess I love the shade so much I forgot that I had one and ordered another one. But then I will be taking my MAC lipstick in the shade Lipstick Snob, which I think is a matte lipstick, and applying that on top of the lip liner. And girl, you know I did not forget the lip gloss, so yeah. Okay, all right. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did have a lot of fun making it. I promise I will work out the kinks and make every video better than the last. So make sure to subscribe and peace out, yeah. Also, go follow my Facebook and IG. I will be uploading photos of the final look as well. But yeah.